Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 1A. Myself, Ishita Sauryan, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 7th World Conference on Smart Transit Systems, Security, and Sustainability, WS4 2023, London, UK. The 7th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held in London, UK on 21st August 2023, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 23rd and 24th August 2023. I hope you will all enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 6 presentations. Each presenter will be given 12 minutes for the presentation and 3 minutes for questions and answers. On 10 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There's another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write into me to the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of the session, Professor Preeti Parvekar, Associate Professor, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ghaziabad, India. Dr. Preeti Parvekar is an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Faculty of Engineering Technology. She has been in academician from last 20 years. She has been awarded PhD in the area of wireless sensor networks. Her research include the Internet of Things, cloud computing, machine learning, wireless sensor networks, software engineering, information retrieval systems, social media, data mining. We welcome you, ma'am. Next, we have a second session chair, Professor Om Prakash Rishi, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Informatics, University of Kota, India. Dr. O.P. Rishi is presently working as Director IT, University of Kota, and Associate Professor in Department of Computer Science and Informatics, University of Kota. Present research interest of Dr. Rishi is intelligent systems and IT, case-based reasoning, AI applications, cloud computing, and e-governance. He has published 40 research papers in international referred journals and 30 research papers in international conference proceedings. We extend a welcome to you, sir. Now, I would like to start with the papers. I would request author Confrom to begin with the paper titled Enhanced Monkeypox with Image Processing Technology Utilizing Deep Learning for Classification. Please share your screen.
Okay.
Just a second, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, including every committee. My name is Gonpom Pikunkao from Department of Computer Science, Faculty of Science, Chiang Mai University, Thailand. Today, I will present you about enchanted monkeypox with image processing technology, utilizing deep learning for classification. First, let's talk about agenda. It consists of 4 parts: introduction, methodology and results, discussion, and finally, conclusion and question and answer. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where disease can be diagnosed with incredible accuracy and speed. A world where classification technology is utilized to detect and classify illness that were once difficult to diagnose. Today, we will explore the fascinating topic of enchanted monkeypox diagnosis and evolutionary image processing technology utilizing deep learning for disease classification. With the use of this technology, we can not only improve the accuracy of diagnosis, but also potential save countless lives. The possibilities are endless, and the advancements in the field have potential to change the landscape in the field have potential. So sit back, relax, and let us take you to the journey into the exciting world of enchanted disease diagnosis through image processing technology. In the past, patient and care personnel use the observation method to diagnosis. However, it also has drawbacks such as precision or longer processing time. And this is a vital part of this research contribution. Firstly, a monkeypox detecting technique is our primary goal, utilizing deep learning. This approach can achieve more state-of-the-art than other classification. Secondly, the imbalance method, avoided by a model with fewer samples. The errand tests of this research are first, help medical staff to route over patients who in some cases require 24-hour monitoring, which contributes to strain. Second, reduce the cost of using healthcare services. Next, add physician and patient. And finally, reduce subjectivity. About monkeypox. Monkeypox is a rare viral disease that is similar to human smallpox, but milder in nature. It is primarily found in Central and West Africa, where it is transmitted to humans through contact with infected animals. This disease can also be spread from person to person through respiratory droplets or contact with bodily fluids of an infected person. About symptoms of monkeypox typically include fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, and rash. A rash then develops, often beginning on the face, then spreading to other parts of the body. The rash change and go to different states before forming a scab with rather fall off. In severe cases, the disease can cause death up to 10% of the infected. Currently, diagnostics methods for monkeypox include visual inspection of recent viral installation. However, these methods uh, have limited, such as low sensitivity, high cost, and the need for special equipment for trained persons. For instance, visual inspection alone can lead to misdiagnosis due to the similarity of monkeypox resins with other diseases like chickenpox and smallpox. Serological tests are also limited by cross-reactivity with other virus. Therefore, there is pressing need for enhanced diagnosis method that can accurately and quickly diagnose monkeypox. About methodology and results, this research can be divided into four phases, namely pre-processing, processing, post-processing, and evaluation of the system. About data creation and pre-processing are crucial steps in utilizing image processing technology. The quality of the data collected directly affect the accuracy and effectiveness of the model. It is important to ensure that the data collected is representative of the population being studied and include a diverse range of cases. Additionally, the data must be properly labeled and annotated to ensure that the model can accurately classify and diagnose the disease. Pre-processing includes screening and preparing data for analysis. This includes remove any noise or some information, standardizing the format of the data, and ensure that the data is consistent across all samples. Pre-processing is necessary to ensure that the model can effectively learn from the data and make the accurate predictions. Phase 1, we try to normalize the image from the cargo to be the same standard, such as size, lining. We also have this data augmentation to avoid bias in the model. And the monkeypox dataset focus on monkeypox and non-monkeypox class that have 228 subjects. But after we did data augmentation, we now have almost 3,000 images. And this is an illustration of how our method can be used to clarify disease. You can see in this picture, and we will talk about this method later. And this is an example when we try to use data augmentation. You see in this picture. Phase 2, we start with the separate monkeypox by using Deep Convolution Neural Network or Deep CNN. We use 70% of image for training and 30% for treating. We need 50v2, a method for image recognition, right? Developed by him is the foundation of our monkeypox recognition architecture. The number 50 refers to the number of layers in the CNN used in our monkeypox detecting algorithm. Our work can classify monkeypox into two categories. First, monkeypox and non-monkeypox. You can see in this picture, the first one is monkey pot, and the second one is non-monkey pot. And in the future work, we will try to add more pot varieties, such as chicken pot and small pot and something else. And this is the result of our research. This is the example of monkeypox detection. You see in this picture, this is a monkeypox, right? And the right picture is same, it's a monkeypox. And this is another example that's focused on non-monkeypox. You can see the red picture and the right picture is the non-monkeypox. And this is another example. This one is monkeypox. You can see at the rest here. And the right one is non-monkeypox. Okay. Next we will talk about fatigue. We test and integrate our system and ask warning system with sound effect in this step. First of all, we invite a doctor or expert to evaluate our system. About model evaluation is an important step in the development of image processing technology utilizing deep learning for monkeypox diagnosis. It includes checking the accuracy and effectiveness of the model on a separate set of data from the one used for training. This ensures that the model is not overfitting to the training data and can generate well to a new data. One common method for evaluating the performance of the model is through the use of confusion metric, which show the number of true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. Other metrics such as precision recall and error score can also be used to assess the performance of the model. By carefully evaluating the model, we can ensure this is accurate and effective in diagnosis monkeypox using image processing technology. This table presents the evaluation process on our approach utilizing CNN for monkeypox and goiter. You can see we can achieve 93% precision in the results. You can see in this row. This precision was not right in small batch size, but high in bulk batch size. Besides, we can also accomplish the output target in a short epoch. About the limitation of our research. One of the main limitation of using image processing is order to train it's about quality and quantity of data available. In order to train a deep learning model, we need a large amount of data arrays. However, such data may not be available for rare disease like monkeypox. This can lead to overfitting or underfitting of the model, which can affect its accuracy and reliability. Another challenge is the interpretability of the model. Deep learning models are often considered backlog, meaning it can be difficult to understand how the model arrives at its decision. This can be problematic in medical diagnosis, where doctors need to understand the reason behind a diagnosis in order to make informed decisions about treatment. So the solution may be develop explainable AI technique, which aim to make the decision-making process of deep learning model more
Excuse me,
transparent.
presenter. I'm sorry to disturb, but you're nearing your time limit.
Okay, sure. In the future, we will try to use 3D deep learning to get the better results. So something first at input, we use monkeypox image for category. Next, processing using deep CNN. And the output, we got monkeypox and monkeypox class. Conclusion, we have explored the world of monkeypox and limitation of current diagnostic method. As we look toward in the future, it is exciting to think about the possibility that image processing, visualizing deep learning can bring. With its alignment in technology, we can contribute to improve our accuracy and performance of the system. And this is our team is consists of me, Gongpo Kao, and another one is Puntai Thamlongwet is research assistant from the Faculty of Computer Engineering, and another one is Varapon Munchiang is an associate professor from the Faculty of Public Health. And this is our reference Thank you for your attention, everyone. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.
OP sir, would you like to ask first? Or okay. So Controm, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Good work and good presentations. I have just few questions for you. Like you were mentioning about the monkeypox data, right?
Oh,
Data
okay.
set. So
Yeah.
which data set have you referred for your research work?
Actually, this is like a part. This is like a basic research. Before we use the real data from the our national government. This data set we got from the Kaggle, but in the future we will use the real data from the Chiang Mai University Hospital.
All right. So you said that is the images what you have considered is 228. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in future, just a small suggestion that you can increase the number of images to get the accuracy of the results.
Yeah, I think so.
Of this 228, only 108 were with monkeypox.
Okay.
Right. So you can increase that data set for the future work. And one small suggestion is please try to give the slide number.
Okay.
So in case if we have a question, like so generally we refer by a slide number that you go to this slide number and ask. That suggestion you can take for your future work.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
That's all from my side. All the best.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Confirm, you have done a great job for your research, but you have mentioned within your research that you have used a deep learning models, but you haven't mentioned the name of that models. Can you specify 1, 2, 3 name of the model which you have used within your research?
Okay, Professor. Okay, thank you for your comment, Professor.
Basically, I'm asking about the name of the models, which models you have used.
Oh, okay.
And which one is available?
Okay, I see.
Can you name some models? He's asking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, I use VNet V2. VNet 50 V2 in our model because it's like a pre-trained model, and it's really easy and fast to train the data sets.
Whatever models you have used, I'm not asking about that. Which models available to evaluate these kind of problems? I'm asking about that.
Okay, I see.
And out of them, whatever models you have used, what is the reason behind that?
Oh, okay. Actually, I should lineage 50 maybe because the speed of to train the model. Actually, I used to try the lineage another model.
Anyway, my suggestion, listen my suggestions. You just study what are the deep learning models available, and out of them, which one is suitable for your problem. So you have a study for that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Professor.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor.
Do we have any questions from any participants would like to ask? All right. I think we can move for the next presentation now.
Sure, ma'am. I'll just share my screen. Thank you, Confirm. We have our next presenter, author Muhammad, with the paper titled Halal Tourism in the Special Region of Yogyakarta, Development Strategy with Innovative Collaborative Governance in the New Normal Era. Please take over from here.
Hello everyone. Can I share the PPT? Okay. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. I am Muhammad Ihsan, lecturer at Master of Law Program, Postgraduate Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Indonesia. My first paper is on halal tourism in the special region of Yogyakarta. This is in Indonesia. Development strategy with innovative collaborative governance in the new normal era. The outline is introduction, aim, method, and findings. In the introduction, I say that the percentage of all exports of goods and services derived from tourism range from 10% to 70% and accounts for most of the country's foreign exchange income of $10 billion. Yeah. Meanwhile, 10.18 million people work directly in the tourism industry, contributing the gross domestic product or GDP. The tourism sector has the highest negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and halal tourism as a part of the tourism sector is no exception. The tourism industry is most affected by the decline in output because the number of local and international tourists has canceled tourism activities. The global crisis is easily affected by the tourism sector, in which travelers cancel or postpone trips almost every day due to the spread of news. Before the pandemic, halal tourism in the special region of Yogyakarta, Indonesia, had a place in people's hearts. The enthusiasm of this community made the Indonesian Muslim Travel Index, or MTI, established the special region of Yogyakarta as one of Indonesia's 10 leading tourism destinations. Things have reversed since the COVID-19 pandemic visits Indonesia in March 2020. Halal tourism faces many obstacles. The state is still deplorable and has not recovered. The destination should be able to answer this by adjusting and preparing tourism governments to satisfy tourists and increase public trust. This condition request stakeholders synergy to increase tourist confidence. The aim of this study is to map the actual condition of halal tourism in the special region of Yogyakarta, identify various halal tourism innovation in the new normal era, outline the pattern of three helix collaboration in innovating and stretch the transformation pattern of the adoption of halal tourism information technology in the new normal era. The method used in this study, the study used a qualitative descriptive methods. The research data consists of primary and secondary data, and the data was collected by looking for literature and related laws and regulation to support the analysis of halal tourism development studies in Yogyakarta. In addition, the data was also strengthened by interviews and focused group discussion or FGCs. And the finding, the real condition of halal tourism is in the special region of Yogyakarta. Regional tourism development aims to realize development as a leading sector and priority for the region, as well as to realize the southern part of Yogyakarta as a new area oriented to the strategic value of the Indian Ocean. Improving the quality and quantity of tourist attraction is also a destination for regional tourism to promote an increase in the number of visits, length of stay, and tourist spending. The tourism industry is increasing, while halal tourism is also very popular with the global community. One of the areas where halal tourism shows a potential development is the Yogyakarta province. The Ministry of Tourism in its reports in 2015 note that 13 provinces are ready to become halal tourism destination, namely Aceh, Banten, West Sumatra, Riau, Lampung, DKI Jakarta, West Java, Yogyakarta, East Java, South Sulawesi, Central Java, West Nusa Tenggara, and Bali. Identification of stakeholder innovation in halal tourism in the special region of Yogyakarta. Islamic culture, the religion of society in Indonesia, has also developed in tourism, especially in Yogyakarta. The development in the community is an effort to preserve Islam's values in implementing regional tourism. The values of Islam applied in the concept aim to maintain regional cultural values without changing the elements form. According to the head of the tourism industry development and supervision section, Yogyakarta Tourism Office, Mr. Arinta Kurnia, the Yogyakarta Tourism Office introduced halal tourism as Muslim-friendly in the form of religious tour programs such as Ziarah and Umrah. The Yogyakarta Tourism Office launched the halal certification on support facilities for hotels, restaurants, and places of worship. The tourist supporting facilities are activated following the applicable halal corridor. The next is a pattern of collaboration among stakeholders, triple helix. The rise of Muslim-friendly industry requires the participation of many stakeholders. The government support is urgently needed to exit the tourism industry. Collaboration is also needed to increase tourist interest, attracting visitors domestically and internationally. Furthermore, the Yogyakarta Tourism Office collaboration with MES through the Yogyakarta region to fulfill tourist facilities such as hotels, restaurants, and local souvenirs producer. It is an effort to fulfill the tourist sector's income. Turn to the next topic, that is the transformation patterns must be carried out to respond to change in the new normal era. After the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism industry is predicted to experience a change in trends. New community behavior patterns pay attention to health and safety. And this new normal order scheme is important in encouraging the tourism sector. The CHSE protocol increased tourist confidence and comfort in the industry destination after COVID-19. The Yogyakarta Tourism Office has been active in adapting this new travel habit by socializing and facilitating CHSE equipment and certification. The conclusion, in the new normal era, the special region of Yogyakarta needs a halal tourism development strategy. Among the strategies to make and implement immediately is the certification of halal tourism service business and tourist destination based on CHSE. Digital halal tourism development encourages a business actor to promote and make a reservation and transaction. The touch of the technology in the industry will have an increasingly good impact on tourism services. This research has answered the problem raised with the concept and method above. The halal tourism industry should collaborate strategically to enter the new normal era. The collaboration is conducted to compile CHSE-based halal tourism standardization and with banks to innovate by utilizing increased technology to make reservation and transaction. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. You have presented a good work. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
I have visited Indonesia in 2018, Yogyakarta, the same place. What you are talking.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
So I have some couple of questions for you. It's like,
Okay.
have you developed a site for the tourism?
Develop what?
As you have mentioned that during COVID, all the businesses were affected. It's not only
Yes.
tourism, almost all the business were affected.
Yes, of course.
How has you taken care of that problem and how the impact is there of this halal tourism? Have you taken any comparative study like before COVID, after COVID, or is there any customer feedback that you know that yes, you have resolved all the queries and problems of the customer?
Yeah, of course, I have studied it, but it is globally, not in deep about the what before the pandemic and what is after. So I have to learn this, and it is because it is not my focus. Yeah, it is I learned it globally.
So is there any halal tourism website?
In what?
Is it a website?
Because you know the majority of Indonesian people are Muslim, so yeah, in Indonesia halal food is everywhere.
No. Have you created any website for this?
Oh
Tourism?
no.
All right. And what was the strategy you have taken that how this particular tourism, halal tourism is different from the other tourism websites?
You know, the halal tourism is following the Islam teaching. Yeah, for example, no alcohol, no prostitution, no pornography, no you know, anything that is deviate from the Islamic teaching. So when we talk about the halal tourism, it's refer to the Islamic teaching, what is allowed and what is not allowed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mohammed, all the best. Over to you, OP Rishi sir.
Yeah. So, Mohammed, you have presented your work related to halal tourism.
Yeah.
Good work. But how you can relate this work with IT or computer or system? How can you relate this work?
Okay.
The theme of the conference.
Okay. It is by using the technology we can promote the halal tourism. Yeah, we can promote.
This is my question. How you can relate your work with this conference theme?
You mean
this conference theme is what? Smart trends in system, security, and sustainability. This is the theme of this conference. So how you can relate your work with this theme?
I can relate it by saying that this my paper is you know in halal tourism, but in the specific focus is the development strategy with innovative collaborative governance in the new normal era. So how to manage the halal tourism with the development strategy with innovative and collaborative governance.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the specific question with related to with your halal tourism. What are the top destinations for halal tourism?
What? Yes.
What are the top destination in the world for halal tourism? And what are the percentage of that?
There are so many definition of the halal tourism. Some said that halal tourism is you know friendly Muslim tourism. And
I know. I heard your this definition. I'm asking, what are the top destinations around the world? For example, in France, there are 30% people are availing this kind of facility. What are the other?
I mean, in Indonesia, there are so many places or so many cities that you can go to over there. Like Yogyakarta, my city, this is also can be one of the halal destination of tourism, and also You know, Lombok is beside Bali. It is also the halal tourism destination. And there are also
Okay, I got it. Got it. What you want to say? Now, my second question is: what are the worth of this halal tourism market?
What is what?
Worth of this halal tourism. What is the worth? Basically, this is the tourism market. Within the tourism market, what is the worth of halal tourism? As I said, this is the smart tourism, temple tourism, or halal tourism. These are the various kind of tourism, dark tourism. These are the various kind of tourism. Na?
Yeah, yeah.
Out of them, what is the worth of halal tourism within this industry?
Really, I don't understand what do you mean.
Okay, just I am answering you. That is around $140 billion of the worth of halal tourism around the world. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Prepare for that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Proceed for next paper, please.
Thank you, dear presenter. I would now like to invite our next presenter, Khadija Megraoui, for the paper titled Statistical Machine Learning for Corn Yield Prediction Based High-Resolution Satellite Imagery, Comparison Between Raw Data and Multimodality Approach. Please begin.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, it's visible.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Khadija Megraoui. I'm from Morocco, and I am honored to be here representing my research team. The topic of my presentation is statistical machine learning for corn yield prediction based high-resolution satellite imagery, comparison between raw data and multimodality approach. During this presentation, I will give an introduction to the topic, then our main research questions, our proposed methodology, our finding, a discussion of the results, and finally, in conclusion. So agriculture is an essential field of the economic sector in most countries all over the world, and agricultural yield is a required measure that makes it possible to manage agricultural production, satisfy and ensure food security while knowing quantities to be imported and exported. So crop yield determination could be considered as a troublesome or a problematic task, considering, for example, its link to market planning and its contribution to satisfy important human needs. Different techniques have been used and tested to predict crop yield. We have, for example, direct observations of crops, empirical equations, or simple statistical models, and physical models. However, they present several limits in terms of human efforts and time for traditional techniques, the daily frequency required data for growth models, and the need of specific models for statistical equations if the considered area changed. Recent advances in sensor technology have infiltrated agriculture, so different remote sensing systems are now available and allow generating data and providing relevant results to optimize various agricultural products. We find as an example satellite imagery and UAVs data. Besides this, artificial intelligence techniques, namely machine learning, enables today a revolution of the flow processing and improves the resulting information. In this study, we propose a novel approach combining various spectral information to predict corn yield using statistical machine learning algorithms. In this context, our research questions are: what is the difference between a model-based RGB multispectral and vegetation indices and statistical machine learning for the prediction of corn yield? Can a simple machine learning algorithm perform well as a Bayesian algorithm for the prediction of corn yield and using different types of inputs? Can a multimodality approach combining these different categories of inputs present better prediction results? And is remote sensing spectral data a sufficient input for corn yield prediction using machine learning? For our proposed methodology, this diagram shows the detailed steps. The first part is about the dataset, which contains two major components. We have Sentinel-2 imagery, for which we have extracted the considered spectral information, and we have the yield data. Subsequently, we have data pre-processing, which consists of checking missing values and preparing our special inputs. In our study, we have chosen to train our models using three different inputs separately. The first type of inputs contains the three visible bands, the blue, green, and red. The second one excludes RGB and used only other spectral data, namely root edge, near infrared, and short wave data. Concerning the choice of vegetation indices, we have exploited NDVI, NDWI, AVI, and TGI, given their great capacity to extract information relating to plants. So these three categories of spectral data were tested independently as input to machine learning algorithms. Then they were combined and concatenated in a multimodal approach using the best machine learning algorithm according to a comparative study between these models. Our proposed methodology was tested on the dataset proposed by the consultative group for international agricultural research. In this slide, we can see the different fields visualized using different spectral data. And for the evaluation of our machine learning models, we use the statistical indicators of mean absolute error, mean squared error, and root mean squared error. Results of the different statistical machine learning algorithms are mentioned in Table 1, 2, and Table 3 and 4. We can see from these tables that machine learning algorithms show minimal values of evaluation metrics when using RGB data, and these metrics are worse for multispectral data and vegetation indices. For RGB inputs, AdaBoost presents minimum values of evaluation metrics. And using multispectral band, AdaBoost regression and random forest had better values of evaluation metrics. For vegetation indices inputs, CatBoost regressor and also AdaBoost regressor had performed well. For the multimodality approach, AdaBoost performs well than the deep neural network model. In general, RGB inputs give better scores and results. So by analyzing the results, we can say that the use of different spectral inputs from Sentinel to imagery provides different predictions. And all of our tested algorithms performed well on RGB data with the major performance from AdaBoost regressor. This is what was also found in the study conducted by Graybas and Congalton, which stated that RGB sensors gave more accuracy in such applications. Other studies also confirmed the great advantages of RGB data. And for the models based on vegetation indices in our dataset, they gave remarkable differences in comparison with RGB and multispectral based models. And this is mainly due to the absence of some spectral information relating to some band that were used for the calculation of these indices. In this study, we have seen that Sentinel-2 imagery can be used differently into a machine learning model. We have presented RGB, multispectral vegetation indices, and also multimodality approach to predict yield. Our results show the importance of Bayesian techniques in presenting better performance. The results confirm the relevance of machine learning statistical algorithms and Sentinel-2 data, especially RGB bands. However, the indicated values could be further improved by the use of other data, namely climate and soil conditions. And these are some of our user references. And thank you for your attention.
So good work, Khadija, am I right?
Thank you.
Yeah, and you have done the comparative study also. So that comparison was between the 2 or 3 machine learning algorithms like decision making and k-nearest.
Normally, we have 3 methodologies, and the combined methodology which concatenates the 3 first. And for the tested algorithms, we have 8 or 9. These are the algorithms used.
You can go back to the table.
Okay.
Yeah, this table, like the comparison of MAE, MSE, and RMSE. So
exactly.
Done with all the models which you have mentioned in the table, right?
Yes, this is true.
All right. And how much of percentage of training data and testing data has been taken?
Normally, we have the total of the dataset of 2019, and we have split this data into 20% for testing and 80% for training.
20 and 80.
Yes.
All right, that's all from my side. Over to sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So my first question to you, although your work is very good, taken by you, carried out by you for the research, but I want to know why you have selected multimodal for your research, multimodal approach for research.
So in our use case or in agriculture use case, employing remote sensing data, we can have various inputs for machine learning models. So in our case, we had vegetation indices and other spectral information from satellite imagery. So our idea or our approach was to compare this raw data and the combination of all this data using the statistical models.
Okay, great. Now, we have a lot of algorithms like decision tree, k nearest neighbor, and random forest out of them. The result of which algorithm is appropriate for the prediction?
Normally, we cannot give one algorithm, but it depends on the hyperparameters. It depends on the data. It depends on the quantity of the data. But in our case, we have as a conclusion that ADA-boost regression is the better one.
That means we can't say that this algorithm is best for the agriculture data prediction. We can't say.
I think in our use case, it is ADA-boost regression.
I'm not asking. I'm not considering your case, but I'm in general case. Which one is appropriate, and which one is suitable algorithm?
I think boosting algorithms are better for prediction.
Okay. Which algorithm gives the appropriate result in your study?
So the name of the algorithm?
Yeah.
It is ADA-boost regression. It is a boosting technique.
Okay. Now my last question is, what are the challenges that is major for your problem?
I think this is a challenge for all machine learning algorithms. It is the black box. So I get the results, but I don't know how the algorithms find these results. I think the challenge is explaining how these algorithms find these values and giving the user the values of prediction. I think this is the big challenge.
There is one mechanism that is known as a case-based reasoning. Had ever you learn about that in the AI technique?
Could you please?
That can be used as similar kind of problems. Why you haven't used this kind of algorithm?
Which kind of algorithm, please?
Case-based reasoning. CBR. CBR.
I didn't see. Can you write it please into chat box so that I can learn about it?
Okay. Anyway, you just study about that. Might be possible that is much more helpful within your case. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Ishita? Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm overtaking now. Thank you, presenter. We'll proceed with our next presentation. Please allow me to share my screen. I invite Jasthiri Atrit-Pada-Segura to present their paper titled Strategy for Continuous Training and Methodological Exchange for Public Accounting Students through the iTournament tool and its contribution to management for the business sector. Please go ahead. Do we have a presenter?
Belong to whom this?
It seems our presenter is not here.
You can move on to the next paper.
Okay, I'll just move on with the next paper. We have our next presenter, author Shrikant Pawar, and he has his paper titled as Stroke Risk Stratification Using Neutral Networks. Do we have him right now? Would you like me to move on with the next presentation, since it seems we don't have both of our presentees?
Yeah, we can just call the next author.
Okay. The next author is Muhammad, with the paper titled The Role of Social Media Twitter in Delivering the Fatwa of Indonesian Ulama Council about COVID-19 with the concept of Al-Daruha. Please go ahead, sir.
So he has two papers, Mr. Muhammad.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. This is my second paper entitled The Role of Social Media Twitter in Delivering the Fatwa of the Indonesian Ulama Council, or we say in Indonesia, Majelis Ulama Indonesia, about COVID-19 with the concept of a darurah or emergency. This is the outline. Introduction, method and finding, and in the introduction. In response to the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, Muslim scholars in Indonesia who are members of the Indonesian Ulama Council or Majelis Ulama Indonesia issued several fatwas to guide the community in carrying out worship to Allah and interacting with each other during the pandemic. Undoubtedly, the COVID-19 pandemic has put everyone in a state of emergency. So it is not surprise that the way they worship and deal with others has also changed. In the fatwa issued to deal with this pandemic, the Majelis Ulama Indonesia applies the ad-darurah or emergency concept, which is commonly used among Islamic jurists. It invites interest in revisiting the concept and how the Majelis Ulama Indonesia applies in the fatwa around COVID-19. The aim of this research aims to analyze how the role of social media Twitter in delivering the fatwa of the Indonesian Ulama Council about COVID-19 with the concept of a darurah or emergency. This research is essential to deepen knowledge about the concept of a darurah according to a legal expert and how Muslim scholars in Indonesia who are members of the Indonesian Ulama Council apply it in their fatwa around COVID-19. The method, this qualitative study focused on library research, describing, analyzing the text, collection of research using documentation methods, and the primary data research use the fatwa of the Indonesian Ulama Council or Majelis Ulama Indonesia regarding COVID-19. This research also use Majelis Ulama Indonesia Twitter social media account as a data source. At the same time, the secondary data consists of various sources, both from the book of fiqh, usul fiqh, and contemporary studies written in the form of book and journals. This study used the InVivo 12 Plus software analysis technique with a chart analysis feature. The finding, fatwas of the Indonesian Ulama Council related to pandemic COVID-19. Until this study was written in August 2022, the Indonesian Ulama Council or Majelis Ulama Indonesia had issued as many as 17 fatwas related to the COVID-19 pandemic. To make it systematic, the fatwa can be sorted out according to the year they were issued. In 2020, there were 6 fatwas. In 2021, there were 6 fatwas, and in 2022, there are 5 fatwas. The role of Twitter on dissemination of fatwa information. Social media is a public reality that provides many benefits to its users to communicate with one another, so that all circles of society accept all without exception, even though positive and negative feelings will appear. The Twitter is a facility used by many people to disseminate information related to their interests. This is because Twitter can reach many audience with its users. In this case, Majelis Ulama Indonesia or the Indonesian Ulama Council also use Twitter as a tool to disseminate information related to the fatwas issued during the COVID-19 pandemic. Figure 1 shows the analysis of the NBBO 12 plus, the content of Majelis Ulama Indonesia fatwa dissemination on Twitter. This is the figure explaining that there are vaccine law, vaccine about law, and changing laws and changing laws. In vaccine law, we have 50% of the content, and the unchanging law at 25 and changing laws as 25. Figure 1 shows that the content about vaccine law is the highest spread through Majelis Ulama Twitter account. The status of the use of vaccines is indeed important for Indonesian people, especially those who are Muslim. This is because at the time, information related to the ingredient for using vaccines was haram, prohibited. But because vaccines are an important component to solve the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, their use is required by the requirement. Therefore, Majelis Ulama Indonesia, as an institution that has responsibility for the sustainability of the lives of Indonesian Muslims, took a role by issuing a fatwa. The goal is to avoid confusion regarding the law of using vaccines in the views of Islam. As an effort to convey this fatwa information, Twitter became the facility used by Majelis Ulama Indonesia to disseminate it. This is evident from the finding in figure 1, which places that vaccine law content as the most domination to be disseminated. And meanwhile, the other two contents, namely unchanging law and changing law, have the same dominance on Twitter. It means that both content have equal urgency to be spread by Majelis Ulama Indonesia. Therefore, the intensity of its dissemination on Twitter is done in sequence. The application of the principle of darurah and not can be illustrated in some places in this content. Conclusion, this finding is illustrated how Twitter's role in disseminating information related to Majelis Ulama Indonesia fatwa during the COVID-19 pandemic. Religious efforts have been elaborated with technology in the context of preventing and overcoming COVID-19. This is in accordance with the research finding from H.M. Shen and P.C. Franks and L.F. Evans that Twitter becomes an important social media platform for organizations to use to interact with users. The ability to understand user opinions in social media communication has gained increased attention. Twitter content has become an asset for organization, as it often contains important information for better strategies and decision making. Thank you for the attention.
Yeah, Mr. Mohammed.
Yes.
Yes, this paper is again, I think, related to Islam fatwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I correctly understand, fatwa means a clarification or explanation. Am I right?
Yeah. Please again.
What is the meaning of fatwa?
Fatwa is,
Explanation, I guess.
fatwa is explanation for the Islamic teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what explanation are you taking from the Twitter?
It is about the COVID-19, how to pray in the COVID-19 pandemic situation, how to interact with one another in COVID-19 pandemic, how to perform salat, how to perform ablution, how to perform many things. There are 17 fatwas issued by Indonesian Ulama Council to be followed by Indonesian.
All right, understood. So, is it only the religion oriented? I mean, you're doing only it for Islam, the fatwa.
Yes, yes, of course. As you know, that my specialization is in the Islamic law.
All right. So when you take data from Twitter, you need to analyze the data, pre-process data, and then come to some conclusion.
Yeah.
So have you done that work as a methodology of this paper?
Yeah. This is done me with my friend. Yeah, with my friend.
So that particular part is not visible in your presentation.
Huh?
Like last time, Rishi sir has asked you the same question. I would like to take Rishi sir, if you don't mind. It's
Yep.
like, what is the technical part in this paper? Am I right, Rishi sir?
What do you mean?
The technical thing, it is like when I was talking to you, I'm saying Twitter database, you have to take, apply some algorithms, pre-process the data, and then come to conclusion. So that is the technical part.
Yeah.
The concept we understood. So where is the technical part?
The technical part is on on using the NVivo plus this. Using NVivo plus is a technical part that done by my friend.
Because if you're taking it from Twitter, even you have to use NLP. Am I right, Dr. Rishi?
Yeah, sure.
So that particular part is missing in your presentation somewhere. That is what I feel. So that you can work out, or you extend the same work, considering the algorithms in future.
Okay.
Yeah, Mohammed.
Yes.
May I ask a few questions?
Yes.
This is, I think, research-oriented conference. I think this is a research.
This is based on research.
Research.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of research attributes you have performed in your this particular research? It seems that this is an article. This is an article based on the news. This is not a research paper.
This is research. I have done this.
I understood your feelings, but it seems, what I'm saying, it seems that this is an article based on the news.
This is your.
What kind of research you have performed when you're writing this paper? Can you elaborate it?
Yeah. First one, I search about the fatwas. Yeah. Belong to Majelis Ulama Indonesia about the COVID-19, and then
means okay, I got it. You just study about the fatwa. How many fatwas you have considered for that?
There is 17 of them.
How many?
17 fatwas.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the rules. Basically, fatwas means a notifications, a new notification related to religion,
yeah,
or a new rules related to religions. That is a fatwa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you study that. So this is again an article. What kind of research you have performed here? I think there are certain attributes, certain components which we have in the research articles. Agreed or not? Mohammed, you are agreed with me or not?
Agree what for what?
For what means within the research there are a certain components.
Yeah.
If we perform a research on any of the subject, we have to go through that. Okay.
Yeah.
Means a detailed study. We have a certain data set, and we have performed certain algorithms on that data set. After that, we just have a certain conclusions or certain results. So all these parameters, all these things are missing in your both the papers. What I want to request to you, and same madam wants to request to you, in both the research papers, this thing is missing. So in future, you include these kind of things within your research papers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Proceed for next paper, please.
So it seems we don't have our previous two presenters. I'd
I
once
think
again like to invite presenter Just Lady, if you are here.
one of the candidate continuously asking for the presentation.
So we have replied to them directly. They were actually in the wrong meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
So
The next presenter was Shrikant Pawar, but it seems both of them are not present right now.
all the papers are over.
Yes, sir.
So can we conclude this?
Yes, sir. It seems
it.
we'll have to conclude since we don't have our presenters.
So those who are absent, did you announce again that names?
Yes, ma'am. I'll once again announce. We have the first presenter who wasn't present is Jasliri Astrid Prada Segura.
Okay, do we have?
It doesn't seem we have. We don't even have the co-author right now.
All right, and the other person?
The second one was Shrikant Pawar.
Okay, I think
Yes.
he's not there.
Both of them are not present. So I think we'll come to the conclusion right now.
All right.
I sincerely thank our authors for the excellent presentation, contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this 7th version and all the previous 6 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 8th version in 2024. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of WS4 2023. Please allow me to share my screen. I would also like to thank our session chairs. Please.
Oh, thank
I
you.
would also like to thank our session chairs, Professor Preeti Parvekar, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of the Team World 2023 S4 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation partners. Thank you for your presence, ma'am. Would you like to share a few words of motivation?
No. I would like to thank all the presenters who have presented the work here. And I personally like the work of Khadija, statistical ML for crop yield, agriculture prediction algorithms. And all the best for all the presenters for their future work. And thank you all the organizers for giving me the opportunity to be a session chair for this conference, 7th World. So that's it from my side, and good to meet you, Dr. Rishi, sir. It's a virtual meet, but nice to see you, sir. And hope in future we'll meet again.
In future also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you.
And before we close, I think, Ishita, I have a small request that we will take a group photo of all the participants. So
I'd like to thank Professor Om Prakash Rishi as well. Please share your words of motivation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this prestigious event. And I'm very thankful to my co-session chair, Dr. Preeti. And in the presentations, I especially recommend for Khadija for their work. Really done very good job. And all the presentations are good. Some are very good, some of are mediocre, but all are good. And I thanks to all of you. Thank you so much.
Dear all, I kindly request you all to turn on your camera for a second so we can take a quick snapshot of the conference. Please turn on your cameras. Thank you, everyone.